Okay, so I'm going to use a specialty tuning on this one. It's kind of a minimal E flat drop tuning. So all I'm going to do is just take the low E, drop that to the E flat, and keep everything else the same. I don't really see any sense in like dropping every single other string a half step. We can make it work just fine. So just taking that low E, dropping that down the half step for the E flat, and right into it, we do this. The bass has the riff, and then we kind of slide into this E flat note, and we're just doing like a really quick, alternate picking on it. So I just slide up to like 6th fret on the A. If you wanted to, you could do like the 12th fret on the low E flat string. Up to you. Okay, well, something like that, just really quick. Kind of pick up notes into the riff. And we start with just kind of a big E flat power chord. So that'd be the open low E flat string, and now just ones on the A and D. It's just bang bang. All right, and then we do this up a set of strings for the power chord here at the E at the 7, A, 9 on the D and G there. Hit that down a fret to the E flat at the 6 and 8ths. Okay, kind of hold that just slightly longer, and then we go 6s and 8ths to 4 and 6s. Okay, to that E flat to D flat there. And then we keep it going, the 4 and 6s down to the 2 and 4s, D flat to the B. All right, and just cycle it from there. The next riff, come back off to the big open low E power chord, so open low E flat, and then the 1 on the A, 1 on the D, and just kind of hit it, let it ring, and then we do this palm muted 1, 2, 3 on the low E flat. All right, come up to the D flat power chord at the 4A, 6 on the D and G, 1, 2, 3, back to the 3 palm muted E flats. And then we do this walk up here on the low set where we go A flat, B flat to B, and that's 5 on the E flat string, 6 on the A, 6 on the D, hit that up to the 7 on the E flat, 8A, 8D, and then up 1 fret at the 8 on the E flat, 9 on the A and D. All right, and we repeat that twice along with those first kind of open palm muted. All right, and now the second half of it, come back off to some open palm muted E flats. Okay, then we do this E flat, D flat, E flat. So 6A, 8 on the D and G, 4A, 6 on the D and G, back to the 6 and 8ths. Okay. Okay, open E flat palm mutes. Then we do 4 with the 6s, 2 with the 4s, 4 with the 6s. D flat, B, D flat. All right, and then we wrap that up the same way we did the first run through with the open palm mutes, and then the 5 with the 6s, 7 with the 8ths, 8 with the 9s. Okay, and do that twice again. And after we do that, we just kind of start the whole thing over again. And after we get through the whole thing over again twice, basically you just kind of want to do that last little bit repeated. Okay, the 5, 7, 8. You're going to do that again. Just keep that going another couple times. All right, and we get to this kind of outro riff, and it starts with just a big open low E flat power chord, so open low E flat string, 1 on the A and D, and everything kind of like slows down a little bit, like switches up the time on it, and we let that ring, and then we go to B chord at the B power chord at the 2A, 4 on the D and G, 1, 2, 3, move over to the now a new chord F sharp power chord at the 3 on the low E flat, 4 on the A and D, 1, 2, 3. To the D flat at the 4 and 6s. And we kind of hold that out a little bit longer, and then we move over to the A flat at the 5 on the E flat string, 6s on the A and D. Alright. Alright, and that just cycles that whole thing for the rest of it there. There's a second guitar, does kind of some lead stuff over the top of it, like an example of kind of like the scale that it's playing around with. You can do something like this where we're A string, like 6th fret, little vibrato, do a little 4-6, D string, 4-6, slide up to 8, back to 6. Okay, do a little 4-6-4 on the D, 3-4-3. And then just back to the A string, 4-6-4-6, something like that. And just basically playing around with that scale for a couple run throughs. And then it takes it low, where you go on the E flat string, we go like a little 5-7 hammer on. Maybe back to the A string for some 4 to a couple 6s. And then we do this big walk down, like E flat string 7, just kind of hold it, maybe some vibrato. 5, 3, 2, open.